Okay, so here we are at the season opener of the vrroom.org event, the Cappuccino Induction League. It's season 2, and there's been a 2-week recess between the end of season 1. JK won is the reigning champion. He won the season last season, closely followed by DMJ. The qualification positions, there's a lot of hype on this race. I must admit, everyone's been really looking forward to it. The qualification positions for this particular race is JK first, Shinobi second, Slim third, DMJ fourth, JB Player fifth, 6th Mad Dog Matas, 7th Resus, 8th Race 42, 9th Couch Potato, and 10th, the new guy to join the league is Rick GT5, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He has qualified way down the grid, but of course everyone's been really on it. Everyone's been practicing like mad for a fortnight on these circuits. So let's see how the season opener goes. I'll give you the main highlights as best I can. I have made some notes as normal. So here we go with the opener. So we're on board with JK at the moment. When the lights go, the season opener started. So we are racing, and I just can't wait to see what happens. There's been a lot of hype about this race. Coming down to the first corner, JK's got quite a healthy margin lead over DMJH, closely followed by Slim. Sorry, over Shinobi, I beg your pardon. Closely followed by Slim and DMJH. Still holding in 4th. JV Player 1, one of the other main guys in this championship, is holding a good tidy 5th. DMJ overtaken up to 3rd. So DMJ's obviously got past Slim there. We are at the Californian circuit, of course, which is called Laguna Seca in the USA. It's quite a demanding circuit. Personally, from racing around here, I don't get much of a flow here. It's very difficult. I can't put my finger on why it's very difficult. But I think all the drivers find it a really challenging circuit, to be fair. Coming up to the corkscrew for the first time. Oh, a slight off there from Slim, kicking up a bit of dust on the outside of the circuit, exiting up towards the corkscrew. So down the corkscrew, the famous corkscrew, for the first time in the race. On lap 1, order's not changed. JK, Shinobi, Slim, DMJH is following, and JB Player 1 still in 5th, Mad Dog in 6th. Everyone still holding position. DMJ lost that 3rd place back. Now coming round to the final corner, down to the start finish straight for the second time. We're just going to go on the board with DMJH for this lap, because there's a lot going off down in the mid-pack. JK got a nice healthy lead out there. So, and this is why we need to get on board with DMJH. We're going to look at the rear of the car if we can. Oh no, he's got past already, unbelievable. So let's go on board. On the front of DMJH, on the roof cam, we're following JB Player 1 has shot past. Sorry for missing that, incidentally. I was a little caught off guard. But you can see how close it is, coming into the turn that's just after the kind of, I think it's a Dunlop bridge, to be fair. We're coming to the second bridge now. Now will DM dive to the inside on? Look how defensive JB Player 1 has gone. That was a good move there from JB Player 1, but then he's moved back out wide. DMJ now got the inside line coming up to the uphill section, which is very blind this. You've got to be very careful. If you don't hit the brakes and turn in, you'll drift wide and go out to the right. Oh, and that's what's happened. JB Player 1 off. That will give DMJH the run up the hill. Will DMJH be able to get down the inside? But no, he seems to have held it. Now he's moving to the outside. He's not going to do it on the corkscrew there, I wouldn't have thought. Well played from JB Player 1 for holding that. But again, DMJH is having another attack down the inside, and he must make this stick. There's no way JB Player 1 can hold that. Surely not. Surely not. JB Player 1 still at the side, though. Will we see him dive back through the inside? Oh, we have! Unbelievable! But DMJH is going to go for the cutback. But now, crucially, JB Player 1 has the inside line for the corner, and look, he's held that. He's held that beautifully. Held it absolutely beautifully. So, let's just see how the leader's getting on. He's still doing a very good job there out by himself, pulling a little bit of a gap and an advantage over Slim. Shinobi is doing a very, very good job as well, to be fair here. We want to let's just look at my... I'm just looking here. I've got back of JK. We need to be on board now with some people in the middle packs just to get the main highlights. So I'm going to go down to race 42 because you can see in the background things are happening there, and look how close it is. It's very, very close. So we've got race 42, one of the main protagonists from the first season of this Cappuccino Induction League. Tight up the backside of JB Player 1, and in front of them is DMJ, feeling mountains of pressure, I'm sure. Now running up the hill towards the blind left-hander, the aforementioned blind left-hander, and JB Player 1's going on the inside. Does he do it? No, but he cuts back to the outside. And by the looks of it, race 42 is just sitting back here and he's just weighing these two guys up, probably praying for them to collide, to be honest, and then he can just get through. I certainly know that if I was at the back there, that's what I would be waiting to happen. He's waiting for a gap and waiting for that little bit of an advantage, while the two in front of you tussle down the corkscrew. Look at that. They are just... they're wheel-to-wheel stuff exiting the corkscrew. Very brave. Some rubbing there going off. Now race 42 is doing exactly what I said he may do. A bit like Ron Seal is doing exactly what he says on the tin. He's holding back, and there he nearly got through when those two guys were tussling. He's on the outside now, so he won't be able to get past JB Player 1 because he's going to hold that advantage on the circuit. But having said that, he's still on the outside now. It's all about horsepower down here. JB Player 1 on the inside, but there you go. Race 42 has got past. He's got a better exit, sorry, out of turn 1, and he's able to hold that advantage. So that's good, clean driving in the mid-pack for positions 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we're going to skip a lap now, so just bear with me, guys. And we're going to get back on board with JK just to see what's happening at the front. Back to the leaders. Slim, it looks like he's catching JK a little bit there, which is good to see. I notice they're both in the same coloured car as well. JK number 84 and Slim number 85. And I wonder if Slim will be able to put some pressure on him and sort of pressurise him into making any kind of a mistake. Now, I also need to go down here to Mad Dog McTaz. Let's just see what's happening at the back of the field. And yeah, look, Mad Dog, this is why we needed to clip to this. Mad Dog is putting some pressure on Rhesus, or that's Scouser backwards, I believe. And we're coming up now to the blind left-hander just before the run up the steep hill towards... the corkscrew section. Now, I wonder if Mad Dog is going to plant one down the inside, so we're coming up to the top. Who's going to be the last on the brakes? And Mad Dog isn't planting one down the outside. He thought wise of that, backed off a little bit, but they're bumper to bumper going down. Oh no, a little bit of a mistake there from Mad Dog. The back kind of stepped out, but it was going to be bumper to bumper down the corkscrew section. So, he's lost a little bit of ground there, unfortunately, which is a shame, because I think he was about to pressurise Rhesus into making a bit of a mistake there. Following up, Rick GT5, interestingly enough, has managed to nab Couch Potato and is now up into 9th position, holding his own there, which is good. We'll just stick with this for a little longer because Mad Dog is gaining. Mad Dog again is gaining on Rhesus. Now Rhesus has gone slightly defensive there, and Mad Dog's right up with him. You can see him getting drawn along. You do pick a little bit of slipstream up on this circuit. It has some reasonably fast sections, but yeah, Mad Dog is on him now. I reckon Mad Dog's going to have a stab down the inside on one of the corners, but they're both drifted wide. Is the number 3 sign gonna survive? No, it does actually. But flying down the inside now. That's backed him off a little bit, unfortunately. The running order is still JK, Slim, Genobi, DMJ, JB Player, Race 42, Rhesus, Mad Dog McTaz, Rick GT5 and Couch Potato. JK seems to be holding quite a good advantage there. Little off at the back, it looked like it was Couch Potato or Rick GT5. Oh, a DMJ went down to 6 and then back up to 4, so something close has obviously happened there. But we've got a slight off from Mad Dog McTaz. He's dropped back. Has he hit the wall there or something? Something's happened and we've picked up damage. He's got front near side damage. Not quite sure what happened, but it's affecting the handling of the car badly. I would suspect he's going to have to pit to repair that. But does he want to pit? Oh no, the car's looking undrivable. He's gone straight across the vegetable patch. He's going to hit the wall. Will that be the end of the race for him? Or can he keep it out? Can he keep it going? Yeah, he's found a gear again. He's kept it going. But obviously that's given him some really bad handling issues. And yeah, in comes Mad Dog now. Sadly dropped down to 10th position. But in he comes to the pits and for a repair. I'm sure his pit crew will be waiting for him, and they'll be fastly and furiously, you know, banging it with hammers and getting it repaired and getting those tyres off and back on as soon as possible. He's taking a little bit of fuel on there as well. That's a great shame because he was doing so well. Let's go back with the leaders now just to see the action on the circuit. Yeah, JK has managed to keep his advantage from Slim. So it's Slim, Genobi, DMGH, and then JB Player 1 Race 42. Now we're going to skip a few more laps now, just to try to get the main highlights as normal, may I add, with all my videos. So we'll skip to 8, 9, 10, and let's skip to 11 now. It appears that all the action is, I think it's with race 42 to be fair, who's doing knocking over the number 1 sign in the entrance to the first corner. JB Player 1 also drifting wide, and DMJH in the background there was going very, very defensive. In fact, we'll just zoom in on that particular battle, and let's just have a look from the back of JB Player 1's car. Now, DMJH is not as close as I thought he might have been, but he's holding his own. Qualified 4th and he's dropped 2 places down to 6, so that's a great shame for DMJ. That was perhaps not how he hoped to start the season. Very good from JB Player 1, and what a performance from race 42. He's doing a real good job here. I love these camera shots. I absolutely adore them. They're brilliant. It gives you a real good feeling for how close people are. And you can see some really good action from the back, but sadly not at the moment, unfortunately. And DMGH is off. DMGH has gone off. What's happened to DMGH's car? Let's just get on board with him. What happened? He's gone off at the top of the corkscrew. He's not picked up any damage though. That might be worth just doing a replay just to see what happened. We'll just rewind time and let's go on board with that roof cam of DMGH at the beginning of lap 11. Now the incident happened at the corkscrew. Now, and there was contact. We didn't see that. That's why DMGH was to the inside and JB Player 1 was on the outside. Now, really, that looked to me a little bit naughty by DMJ. You know, he was the last of the great breakers on the second to last round of the last season, which was Montegi. And it was actually JB Player 1 that he took out there, so DMJ ought not to be performing like that, really. But in any case, they got away with it. Good competitive racing, and JB Player 1 has got an advantage from that, which he deserves there, to be fair. Now, this is where the incident happened. We're coming up to the blind left-hander just before the uphill to the corkscrew, and I'm going to go quiet. I just want to see whether it was whether he locked up or whether it was gearbox issue. So we'll just watch this. Oh, and it just looked like he kind of got on. Oh, it looked like he got on the dirt on the right-hand side of the circuit, just a touch there, and the car seemed to wiggle at the back. And then, of course, there's nowhere but, well, straight on to go. It's either that or spin the car out, and you don't want to have an accident up there because it will end your race. So bad news there, very bad news for DMJ. So back on board with JK. Let's go back to the outside view. JK is going to win this race by the looks of it. He's doing a real, oops, sorry about the camera. He's doing a real solid job here, leading the race by a huge margin over Slim. So what I think we'll do now, I don't think there are any more main highlights, so let's just skip through to lap 12. So again, JK well out there by himself. Let's just go back to Slim. And Slim is holding his own, but he has got a little bit of pressure from Genobi. Let's just go on board with Genobi and see how close Genobi thinks he can get. And in the background, race 42 still doing a superb job in 4th place. So it's looking to me like this will be the finishing order for this race. So what a good season opener that's been. Maybe not as close as some of the other races, but everyone's got a point to prove here. It's so crucial to get a really good opener, to get a really good sort of banker in terms of points, and to show your other fellow competitors that you mean business. So JK, you know, he spent hours and hours practicing. I've been in rooms with him, with Mad Dog, and you know, literally the guys have been spending. The most competitive guys have been spending literally 2 weeks just racing these circuits and tweaking these little cappuccinos. So good win for JK. Slim comes second, Shinobi third. I'll just skip to... sorry, I thought I was on the last lap then. I beg your pardon, everybody. I'm worse than Murray Walker, mate. I get it all wrong all the time. So this is the final last lap, and I think I'll just skip through to the end, unless Shinobi's going to have a bit of a stab here, which is too far back, I wouldn't have thought. Is there anything happening midfield? Let's just have a look with JB and Raced. So let's skip down the field to Raced. No, he's out by himself. Where's JB? How's he doing? DMGA has managed to get himself to 7th position now, ahead of Rick GT5, Couch Potato, and poor old Mad Dog after that incident. Yeah, so nothing much is going to happen. So let's just watch JK go over the line. So he's down from the corkscrew for the final time into the second, the penultimate turn, where the entrance to the pits are, and he's coming around the last corner now. It's going to be a good solid win for JK. Now I'm going to quickly clip to Slim. Slim's under pressure now from Shinobi, but he's not going to be able to do him, so it's Slim second, Shinobi third. It's going to be Race 42 in fourth. JB Player 1 is going to come back in 5th, and Resus is coming around the final corner now for 6th. So really good opener, guys. That's really competitive. Round 1, the Cappuccino Induction League done. I've been Dave Higgins. Thanks very much for watching. I'm looking forward to round 2 at Spa.